walks alone when I'm walking a dark road at night or strolling through the park. When the light begins to fade, sometimes feel a little strange and chilly in the dark. Fear of the dark. Fear of the dark. I have a constant fear that something's always near.
Some night, huh?
On this very night, 10 years ago, along this same stretch of road, in a dense fog, just like this, I saw the worst accident I ever seen. There was this sound, like a garbage truck dropped off the Empire State Building. And when they finally pulled the driver's body from the twisted, burning wreck, it looked like this.
We had that air. My clip didn't work whenever I played something. So, welcome to the Halloween special, everybody.
What do you mean the clip didn't work? It worked perfect.
No, I had an ending to it that I wanted it to play. It did play. So what can I say?
Oh,
Anyway,
what was the ending supposed to be?
I was going to play here. Let me play it now.
You son of a bitch. Don't forget his phone call, lad.
It was supposed to end after Large Marge, and it just didn't work out. Whatever. We're still having a good time. So, we want to welcome to the show.
Dude, that Marge thing,
Hervey.
because my cousin loved that movie. I can't tell you how many times I got.
Hey, tell him Large Marge sent you.
Yeah. I love that clip. That clip is awesome.
I haven't seen that clip in a while.
It doesn't look that bad. Like,
Yeah.
I thought it would look terrible, but it's not terrible. Like how they did it with claymation.
I can't.
Like
see
it doesn't look bad.
You know what? Claymation, it ages better than CG. Like claymation ages better. Like I can still watch like the old Sinbad movies. You know what I mean? I'm like, this is cool.
Yeah, I love it. I love that Iron Maiden song too. I'm a Maiden fan, so I had to play a little bit of that because it's very fitting for what we're talking about tonight.
Nice.
But Large Marge it really stands out to me. I love that clip. One of my favorites. Welcome to the show. We have good stuff in the house.
Good stuff.
What's up? Good stuff.
Hey, we have Crazy Mad.
Crazy Mad.
Crazy Mad.
Welcome. Always Crazy Mad. Where else? Do we have anything else going on? I don't see anybody else right now. It is a weird time for us, so we push this back. It may mess with some of the people in the chat, but hopefully they'll pop in. And
what about Beyond Time?
Somebody else. Yeah.
There's a Beyond Time.
That's me.
Oh, that's you. Okay.
I was going to say, I knew who that was, but
yes, sir.
He says, it's time, my peeps.
That's right.
Right. I was hoping we have some more people show up, but
Large Marge could be doing stuff for Halloween, Derek.
Well, I would think by 9 o'clock. I mean, it depends because it depends on where you are. Some people might be in the middle of trick or treat, but I would think it would be ending soon because we're kind of late.
People might be at some adult Halloween parties.
Really? Interesting.
Adult.
This is the night party. Where you can do. This is the night where you could do evil and it doesn't. There's no consequences.
Oh,
except for people have to get up and work in the morning.
Yeah, that's the consequence.
Yeah, that is a heavy consequence.
Yeah, it's a heavy consequence.
Yeah, purge all night, but go to work in the morning. Yeah,
yes.
Murph, gracing us with his presence.
You are welcome, Sweet. Crazy Matt. You are welcome.
That's fun. Yeah, man, I love Maiden too.
Yeah, actually, I want to listen to that song now. That's a good song.
It is a good song. It was really cool live. That's why I played it. I was like, man, the atmosphere when they play that song is just fantastic.
Good stuff. What
Mm,
comics were you giving out? That's a pretty. It's more expensive than a candy bar.
seriously.
Dang.
That is nuts. Well, I wonder what kind of comics, man. That'd be good to hear. Let's hear
Well,
more about
actually-
that. That's awesome.
Actually, maybe a candy bar is more expensive than comics now. Food just keeps going up. So
Yeah, it all
Who
depends.
knows?
Maybe he grabs some. Do they have dollar bins anymore?
I don't know, man.
I don't
haven't
think there's
seen
such
it.
thing.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
I don't
boy.
think there's such thing.
They'd probably be like 5 pages. If we got question of the week. Crazy Mad's question of the week. Would you rather have on a book with you an overrated writer or an overrated artist?
What does he
Oh,
mean by
geez.
overrated? That they're not as good, but people still like them?
Maybe. Maybe that
Right?
could be the thing. Yeah,
That's
we
a
got lovely Sherry. Hello.
lovely Sherry. That's a tough question, and like I don't know. I think you're right. Maybe we need a little bit more explanation.
I think overrated means they're not quite living up to the hype, right? So they're hyped up and they don't quite, I don't know.
Who would that be,
do it
though?
for a lot of people. What, you just gonna name names?
Well, no, I mean, no, but, like when you think about it, like, you know, the big name artists and stuff in comics, there's no one I can think that's like they get more credit. Actually, I think there's people that get less credit than they should. Like, what's his name that made Deadpool? I know people always use the Captain America picture that's terrible, but I feel like Rob Liefeld.
What the Rob Liefeld?
is- Yeah, I feel like he's underrated. I feel like he's a lot better than what people give him credit for.
He's better than what they give credit for. I mean,
He is.
he can tell a story even if you don't
Yeah.
like bits and pieces of, and you pick apart his art. He can tell a story, and that's the main piece, right?
It's funny. I think that's the answer that I was going to give as well, and kind of predicated on some of the Image books, like the first Image. I mean, yeah, having a bad writer, it sucks. Having a bad artist, that's death. You know what I mean? Like there were Image books that I would still look at the art and marvel at the art. Even though the story was just like, man, you know, I'm almost rewriting the story in my head, but I'm kind of just following the flow of the art and saying, look, okay, this art is really good. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough having a story where the art doesn't live up to the story, because even if it's really well written, you're just like, man, this just isn't getting it done.
Yeah.
See, though, I feel like, because like my biggest thing, well, Walking Dead art isn't great, but the new X-Men run, that art is disgusting, but the stories are so good, like people still read it.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I mean, it's like
the artist. Who's the artist for that? Because it's terrible. You know what I'm talking about, right, Derek? The new X-Men.
No, I don't follow it, man.
No, it was in the 2000s with where all the X-Men have like black jackets with yellow crosses.
Quitely, when Frank Quitely drew it.
Yeah.
I hated
the
that.
Stories
art.
are great, but the art is just terrible.
When you say new X-Men, they thought you meant the brand new X-Men happening now.
No, it was called New X-Men.
Okay.
Yeah, they had jumped the shark at that point. It's like,
yeah.
You know, when comics are trying to mimic movies, we've got problems. We've got problems.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, listen, superheroes, they wear their spandex and their costumes. That's how it rolls. That's how it is.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, he totally changed the way their face, you know, because he had a style and all his people looked a certain way. And I just don't think it worked for the X-Men, and it killed it for me. Like I was. Ugh.
Frank Quitely's actually not a bad artist. So I read what was the graphic novel I think that he was the artist on? It was a really obscure one. It was one of the Doom Patrol guys. No, I'm not going to remember. But like it was an obscure book.
Okay.
But his artwork, it worked for that book. His artwork does not work for mainstream heroes.
I think what he did what was it when the Superman? It was like the last Superman story when he got cancer, right? Didn't he draw that one?
Yeah. Mhm.
And I think that actually looked interesting. The way he drew that was pretty cool. But when he did the X-Men, it just didn't work for me. And I don't know. I think that's just
They're all real lanky too. Like they're just weird looking. The X-Men.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
Crazy Mad says, "I wish I could time all of you out for the Liefeld love.
Can't help it.
Story sells issue 2, art sells issue 1.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Amen to that. That's true.
And welcome, Raiden Radio. Thanks for coming, man.
New X-Men like new metal.
Yeah. Couldn't deal with them rapping
like,
every issue.
You've been loving this shit right here. Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, that's all bad.
You should have said Bub at the end, and it would have been Wolverine rapping.
Oh,
there you go. Exactly.
You missed it. You missed the opportunity.
Sorry.
That was your Limp Bizkit moment, man, and you've totally failed.
Your Wolverine Limp Bizkit moment.
Yeah, I didn't connect the Wolverine part.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to go with. I would rather go with an underrated writer or an overrated writer.
Mm-hmm.
So you want a bad story with good art?
I'd rather have a good story with good, with bad story with good art than a good story with bad art.
Then why don't you own all Spawn stuff? The art's great for Spawn.
Yeah, it's just I said I would rather. I'm not saying.
Yeah, this isn't optimal. Yeah. This isn't optimal. This is like if you had to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, really, you get kind of tired of Spawn. For me, I just feel like all you do is go in circles with Spawn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the same stuff. Just
dude, I had like the first 100 issues.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've never given Spawn really a chance.
I had the first 50,
haven't.
And then I realized it really wasn't going anywhere, and I was like, can't do it.
I realized that too, but I did the typical fanboy. I've come this far. I'm not going to stop now. Then I was like, no. Then once I got into the 80s, like I'm going to go to 100. Then when I got there, I'm like, if I don't stop this now, this the madness must end.
It's interesting because really Spawn got me back into comics. That was part of what got me in the early 90s. That got me going again. And then Joe Mad on X-Men.
Joe Mad. Yeah. Let's go.
He sucked me right in. So that was crazy.
I loved his battle chases.
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, it's still cool to see people try to emulate his style now. You know what I mean? And he was a kid in high school when he was doing that.
I know that's crazy. Nuts, isn't it?
Like just right out of high school. It was like, that's ridiculous, man. You're sick.
Yeah. I mean, that's talent on a whole nother level.
I wish I could time you out for the Limp Bizkit hate.
Limp
Sorry,
Bizkit.
Crazy Mad. You know where I stand, Crazy Mad. We know where the lines are drawn, man. Okay, so let's get into it. We've wasted enough time here.
Hey, I just want to say again, though, I go against like Walking Dead. The art is not good, but the story for the comics is just great. So I can read that over and over again.
The thing though, so I mean, you're right. The art isn't the best, but it suits that story. You know what I mean? It's like you couldn't have that kind of art in like a superhero book. You'd be pissed off.
Yeah.
You'd be just furious.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to talk about. I have a freeze. Our fears.
My God, what is
that? Dude, that's what the heck? No.
What is that, Derek?
That's awful. No, it's terrible. What is that?
You want me to stop it? Is it freaking you out?
I have like new fear now.
Is her eyes out of the sockets? What's going on?
Strange. I came across this tonight, and I was looking for creepy pictures to put up while we're talking, and I thought, holy crap, this is funny and weird and scary all at once.
So they gave the chicken her eyes, and they gave her the chicken eyes? Is that what happened here?
Yeah, something like that, man, because it's freaking me out.
I'm not liking it.
No, I don't like it either.
No likey.
She looks evil.
Absolutely.
It's a little creepy, isn't it?
Oh
You guys
my
want me to
gosh.
stop then, don't you?
Yeah, go to the next
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
I kind of like it going. I kind of like this.
It's hurting my soul.
it really is. She's looking deep into the
Aw,
soul with the chicken
it's
eyes.
because he was searching for chocolate.
Doggone it.
Jeez, crazy man. You have to call me out like that, man. Why can't you let me have my fun?
Frank and Bill.
Oh
Frank
my
and
gosh.
Bill.
Oh, too good. Okay, so we want to talk about our kind of our biggest fears growing up. This is in the spirit of Halloween.
Just as
We want to
kid-
talk about what
as kid.
scares us, right?
Yeah, right now.
Yeah.
Just as kids though. Not as adults. Because as an adult, everyone has the number one fear, right?
Yes.
Taxes is the fear.
Right. Yes. So let's look at this one. See if you
Oh,
guys
I was teaching my kids about taxes. I said, I'm taking
Ooh.
8% of all your candy. That's not fair. I'm like, yeah, wait till you grow up. Golly. Where are you getting these pics from? In fact, I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
That guy got kicked by a horse.
Yeah,
That's what happened to him.
he looks like he could chew cud like a horse.
seriously.
You know what I mean? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Black hole sun, won't you come? Look at that.
This
All
is
right.
why AI is one of my adult fears.
Right.
funny.
Right.
Golly.
Cornfields. I almost dressed up as an angry corn.
That's
Yeah.
funny. That's
That
funny.
would have been hilarious for Murph.
I'm not afraid of cornfields. I eat my way out of them.
There you go.
I'd been an angry corn though, so that would have been a little different.
Got to be aware of that.
Right. So let's talk about our childhood fears. What was one childhood fear that you had that stuck with you for a while and it was kind of a hard thing to overcome or really stands out in your memory? You know what I mean? Like something that really was hard for you as a child.
Well, okay, so the first thing I'll say, and it's irrational, but if I would take a bath, I didn't want I would be afraid my toe would go into the I want not stopper, but
This is
into
weird, man.
Isn't it?
Your toe.
I
Okay.
wouldn't put my feet against that part of the tub because I was afraid somehow my toes would go into there, and
Damn.
so yeah.
Like something was going to.
There you go. There you go. I think I had a little bit of toe fear. I had a little fear of that, but not like overwhelming. But I did have a little fear of that.
Yeah, I would
Okay.
always keep my feet crossed, even as a
All
kid,
right.
so I would be away from it, just to fear that I don't know the water would pull my foot and get my toes stuck in there. I don't know,
Okay.
but it was a real fear.
That's interesting. Like, did
That
you
is
just
real.
not want to get a bath, or what'd you do? Like,
No, the bath was fine and fun, but I was afraid of letting my legs go all the way to that part of the bath.
what about your fingers? Like, if your toy fell in the water or something, did you like chase after it, and you were afraid it would go down the drain? Like,
That's hilarious. I would grab a shampoo bottle and have the bottle hit the toy to bring them back.
Oh, okay,
Turtles,
okay.
bring it back. Yeah.
Okay, so you weren't having it at all. You weren't
Yeah,
you
I
weren't
was
messing with
scared of
that. Okay,
that's crazy.
That's
It
fair.
is crazy.
I'd say that's kind of lame. Come on.
Oh, I have more than just
toe?
one, but that
Okay.
was my first. Like,
All right. That's the
everyone's afraid of the dark, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
They had a light on.
Yeah, that's a common one, right? Like,
yeah.
I would say that's common. So I had the name for that. The name for
Afraid
fear of the dark. Yep. It's
Is it just the fear of the unknown?
no, it's nyctophobia.
Nicto.
Oh,
Yep. NYCTO. Nyctophobia.
Really?
so is this something that every child just has?
No, it's just what some children have. Some kids don't
So
care.
you have to be Bane that you are like, I grew up in the dark.
Yeah. I don't know.
That was a good Bane.
I think for me, it was like being left behind. So like if somebody would walk out of a room, shut out a light on me, and I was left in the dark, and then I had to follow them out, I was always afraid to be left alone in a room like that.
Yeah.
So I'm a trailer park kid. And, trailers have long hallways. Then usually your bathroom is clear back in the back of the trailer. Okay. Closest to the master bedroom. That's where they put unless you have two, bathrooms, but we only had one.
Yeah.
And so we would be out in the living room, and then you'd have to go down this long hallway and turn left into the bathroom. And, there's no hall, like there's a hall light, but then, you just feel weird turning on all the lights as you go through. So you feel like you have to turn it all on everywhere you go.
Yeah.
But I would do that every time going to the bathroom, and it scared the shit right out of me.
I had that fear whenever I shut off a light that I had to like leave the room as quick. And I just love that that's all over social media of people having that same thing, that there's a person chasing them as they're trying to turn off the lights. And I'm like, okay, it wasn't irrational. Other people have had that.
But I've had that too. And that's kind of that same thing that I was talking about, being left behind. So if somebody walks out of the room, shuts the light off, and you're in there,
to me, I feel like it's more of the feeling of being chased than being left behind.
Right. And you don't want to be in there because you're stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the whole being chased thing. That's a whole thing. I remember I think I had a nightmare as a kid, and this was back when I loved the Hulk, the TV show, the Hulk.
Oh, yeah. Loved it.
But I had this nightmare. It's that we're like, basically, I was at school and it was just me. I was running around the yard and the Hulk was chasing me through, and he was like, and he was right on my heels. I mean, I'm trying to juke the Hulk. I'm trying to go side to side. I mean,
that's awesome.
And he's just on my heels.
That would be fun to see, man. That is funny.
What did you do to make him angry? What'd you do?
I don't know. Maybe I have no idea what I did. I was just running. I mean,
you have to do much. I mean, it's the Hulk, right?
Yeah.
He gets angry over anything.
That's right. Maybe I took his Cheetos. I don't know.
I love
it.
I love
you
it.
Don't take another person's Cheetos in elementary school.
Dude,
no.
You don't take the Hulk's Cheetos. You're pretty damn stupid if you're taking the Hulk's Cheetos.
Do you remember trading lunches with your friends?
Yes.
You'd be like,
yeah.
I'll give you this if you give me that.
I had the worst lunches because in middle school, I don't know why, my mom always made liverwurst sandwiches.
Oh no!
Wow!
So liverwurst. This is 100% true. Liverwurst and mayonnaise. So it's like my buddy Keith, his mom used to make these bomb turkey sandwiches. And it was like she would actually bake the turkey and then put the turkey into the sandwiches. And one time I swapped sandwiches with him, and to this day, he remembers, because I totally lied. I absolutely lied. I was eating. I was like, man, he's like, you always have liverwurst. I'm like, because it's delicious. He's like, your mom always. He's like, really? He's like, I've never had liverwurst. I was like, dude,
awesome.
let's just swap sandwiches. Let's swap sandwiches.
Hilarious, man.
Dude, we swapped sandwiches, and I bailed. I was gone. He was so pissed.
Yeah, you're gonna get out in the yard, man. He was gonna
try to chase me, so I just started licking the sandwich.
That would be like giving somebody an ass beating. That'd be worth giving somebody an ass beating for, right? Like,
no, I was licking the sandwich, and like I was really putting our friendship in jeopardy. Yeah. I mean, he was pissed at me for weeks. Like lunchtime would come around, and he would we would all kind of sit in the same area. He kind of turned his side to me. And kind of eat a sandwich. I'm like, come on, man. It was just one sandwich. He's like, that was terrible. I'm like, I eat it every day. Okay, it was terrible.
Yeah, every day.
Oh, man. Welcome. It's Dave.
What's up, Dave?
Good to see you, man.
Dave.
I'm scared of John's childhood, is what Crazy Mad says.
Well, Crazy Mad, you haven't even wait till we come back around. I'll tell you the thing that I was scared of as a kid.
Well, you can go next since we're there. I mean, I think it's a great place to start. So,
well, this is the most irrational thing I was scared of. growing up, I had Mego action figures.
Ego, okay.
What?
So do you guys look them up? The Migos, they're like the tall action figures. They're not quite Barbie height, but like you have Superman, like they're the Marvel ones, and they have the DC action figures.
I've seen them.
So I love these action figures. They're tall action figures, and my aunt got me the Catwoman action figure.
Oh, I hated those things.
And Catwoman, she terrified me. Like the face of the doll with the little mask, and she had like this like crazy little black wig, kind of hair. She terrified me. So like I had a toy box, and I put her at the bottom of the toy box face down. And like I can remember one time going to the toy box. I don't know if my mom had like was cleaning up after me, and Catwoman was sitting on top. And I closed the toy box. And like she was like one of the top toys with her face up.
Derek, let me see if I can share this.
Wait, I got some. What do you want?
Oh, do you have a Catwoman one?
Oh, Catwoman.
It's a Catwoman Mego. It was a Catwoman Mego doll.
Okay.
Is it this?
Let's see.
Are you sharing it? Okay,
yeah.
let me put it on.
Are you seeing it?
That was it.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Can you get closer? Get a close up of that, man.
That
doesn't
look like Catwoman.
No.
But it is.
Look like Ratwoman. It scared me.
Look at that thing.
Yeah, the face scared me.
Can you get closer, man? That looks.
What do you
can't
mean
tell. Get a close up.
Oh, when I click, that's weird that it's not.
So I'll stop
doing
and then
what I do.
Yeah, you fix it and then we'll add it back.
I don't know how to fix it because it lets me do it, but it's not showing it up on StreamYard.
Oh, you need to show it on your link because it opens it in a new tab. So you need to share the new tab.
All right, let me see.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because that's what I do. Every time I open a different picture, it's in a different tab. It's kind of a pain in the butt.
Yeah. Open it up, make it big, and we can relive my childhood trauma.
Yes.
And it was a secret trauma because I never wanted to tell my mom I was scared of this doll.
Oh yeah.
And my aunt bought that and like the penguin for me.
Yeah. Okay.
So
goodness.
Did it do it or no?
Yeah.
Dude, look at that face.
That is creepy, man.
That face, creepy. That scared the mess out of me.
When did Catwoman look like that?
It was the Migos. It was the Migo toy. I don't think that doll was even fashioned after any of her particular looks, because I don't think she ever looked like that. But that's
because look at she's got like mitten, like look at the gloves.
Yeah, she's got the gloves. It was the face though. I couldn't look at the face.
That's strange, man.
Like I put her face down in the toy box, and I would not because I couldn't look at the face.
I love it. That is awesome.
Oh,
yes.
Oh man.
That is funny.
I'm gonna have nightmares tonight. My wife's gonna be like, "Why are you crying in your sleep?"
Crazy Mad said that's horrid. I agree.
Yeah, that is.
I don't know how you like these figures. I hated those figures.
Some of them looked better than others. I mean,
some of them. So Iron Man was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Falcon was really cool. I love Thor because he had a hammer that you could. I mean, Thor was the best, and he had a helmet that you could take off.
Yep.
They're just so big, though. Like
they were big.
I remember like the Superman and the Batman.
Yeah, the Batman was the best because he also had the Batmobile.
Mm-hmm.
Oh damn.
Yeah,
those were pretty cool. I never had these.
Other than Catwoman, I love them.
I never had them. I saw them in the stores, but I never wanted them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted them because I was a big. Even as a kid, I was a big superhero geek, so I wanted them. I didn't want Catwoman though.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah,
she looks like she's in a band. She doesn't look like a superhero or villain. She looks like she's in some 80s band.
Yeah, like she's on some serious heroin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
is what she looks like. Yeah,
that's what she looks like.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
I love it. Let me see.
The Kennedy thing with South Park. No, my stocks. That's freaking hilarious.
Okay.
Put a woman in it and make her gay.
Crazy Mad, that isn't a nightmare. That is a living nightmare.
Yeah, no doubt.
That is a
They
living
ain't
nightmare.
gonna do that. Their money. They're losing more and more money. They're gonna have to shift gears.
You know what though, man? They're trying to go out in a blaze of glory.
Seriously.
They're like, if we're going out just on fire.
Going out infamously. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
exactly.
Seriously, man.
It's ridiculous.
How much money they've lost. Frig.
Absurd. Absolutely
How do
absurd.
those people still have jobs?
Mhm.
That's what I don't understand.
Yeah.
They're in with the right people. You know,
Yeah.
somebody's looking out for them, or you know,
But even the right people want to make money, right?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, this is a losing proposition. They're
but you know
destroying
what?
properties and losing money.
Yep.
But they're making some money, and
No,
you
they're
know,
not. They're not making any money.
they're making some money.
They're in the red. They're not making money.
I'm not saying they're not in the red, but the movies do make money at the box office. It's just that it's not what the numbers should be. You know what I mean? It's
Well, they're
weird
losing
because
money. They're not making
I know,
money,
but you
they're
know how they
losing
twist those numbers. Like I saw somebody today, you know, they were talking about Kathleen Kennedy and how she's messed up all kinds of things, and then
money.
how she's wanting to get revenge back on people because they're finally fronting her out on all these streams and stuff, you know. And
She's got nothing to stand on.
well, but they're, you know, somebody else was defending her and saying, "Oh, she only made like the top 3 grossing movies of all time, and this and that." And you know, they're just putting all these numbers out, and I was like,
Come
"Yeah,
on.
see, they're skewing the numbers."
Come
And
on.
it's so ridiculous when they do that, but that's them looking out for their own. You know what I mean? They're
Episode
gonna
7
defend
did make a lot of money. That did.
But the problem is it did not make it on the strength of anything other than what had come prior.
Yep.
All they did was they took something that was already epic and then they destroyed it.
it
So
was
it's like
anticipation
Yeah.
for the new trilogy, so
Exactly.
that
Exactly
drove
what
it.
we all went
Yeah.
and saw and cried.
Yep.
You know, I mean, when
Yeah.
when my children didn't like it, I was like, okay, this really is trash. It's not just me being my usual fanboy self. I mean,
Dude.
even my kids were just like,
Okay, I'm gonna try to attempt. I'm going
To
to
me, though-
attempt to
wait.
say this.
Wait, I want to say something.
Okay.
So that episode 7, I thought it started off really well. Like
Yeah.
seeing the bad guy with blood on the mask, and then the villain hold that I guess laser still in
Mhm.
midair with the force.
that was kind of cool.
And then with the two guys together, I thought they were really good. And then like after that, when they went to a new Death Star and all, the first 25 minutes I felt was like really good. And then after that, it's just terrible.
Yeah.
And it's like, what
Okay.
happened?
I don't want to turn this into a Star Wars stream, but
Oh yeah.
okay. So, and plus, you know, my
Here we go.
heartfelt heartache, my
Oh, I love making fun of Star Wars because I know how much
yeah,
you love it.
my
It kills
heartburn
you.
that comes along with this topic. But okay,
Yeah.
welcome Dojo. Thanks for coming to the show, man.
Hey, Brian.
Let's see here. Who here has frigatriskaidekaphobia? Did I
What
say
is that?
I think I said it right.
Fricatrisk
know.
Kaya de Kofi. Maybe not.
Isn't that what helps the medicine go down?
That's a spoonful of sugar.
That's
Oh,
supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not what he wrote there.
No.
That's what it looks like to me.
Oh, it's too good. But
All right, let's see what this madness is.
hey, I said it right. Woo! Look at that. Kicking booty.
Dojo. Even if he did, you don't give him that.
Awesome. Okay, KK has messed up every Lucasfilm property: Willow, Star Wars, and Indy Jones.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that one. I really agree
Well,
with you on that one.
So that's Fear Friday the 13th. So I guess,
Ooh, weird.
yeah.
Oh,
Interesting. Haven't heard of that one. That's a
Neither.
No, I didn't either.
So I mean, I already talked about my childhood fear, which was the dark. You know.
Oh,
so
I
we
think
kinda
there's
both
more.
hit
Oh, I
that.
definitely have more. I was afraid of
Okay.
heights where I wouldn't go on roller coasters. I was actually in
really?
5th grade. My friends
Interesting.
made me go on, and then I
Wow.
enjoyed it, and it helped me take away my fear of heights.
Really,
Hmm.
that's interesting because I think outside of the dark, I didn't have a lot of fear other than being separated from my parents, like in public, like if you're in a big public place. I had a little bit of fear being separated from them. But other than that, man, I was a daredevil.
So wait,
like,
you had a
give me the
fear of
hype.
being left behind and
Yep.
being separated to your parents. Did your parents leave you a lot and you just found your way back home? Like,
I
are they
don't
trying
think
to
so.
lose you?
Why are you trying to pick my brain? That's what I want to know. No, but really, it's like it was so weird. I didn't want to be left behind or separated without my knowing it. Does that make sense? Like they could leave me at a place as long as I knew what was going on. But if they just walked away and then I didn't know they were there anymore, that was kind of a freaky thing for me.
My friends helped me get over the fear of heights. Then I got over the fear of swimming. So I couldn't swim. And I was scared because in the 6th grade, we'd have swimming class. And,
oh, wow.
And my parents got me swimming lessons, and I was so afraid of drowning that I just couldn't do it. And then so for the summer at a hotel, I taught myself how to swim because I was scared of going to 6th grade and being the only one not knowing how to swim.
Ooh, okay.
So you're more scared of being the only kid that couldn't swim.
Yeah.
Hey, fear's a great motivator at times. Sometimes it's an awful motivator.
And it is. Yes, I agree. I feel like, I don't know, man. I can't remember very many fears as a child because I was really like, I was the kid jumping off roofs. I was jumping the highest ramps. I was trying to climb into the highest parts of the tree. You know what I mean? Like we're getting crazy and doing whatever you can do to push whatever limits you could push. That's where I was most of the time. Jumping, we would jump a fence if we could. You know what I mean? Like on a bike and we would do whatever we could do.
No, I wasn't that kid.
Yeah, it was crazy. But when it came to things like that, then that's where the fears came out.
Did you go on swings and would swing as high as you could and then jump off? To see how far you could get? And I remember doing that with friends.
But I had friends that could actually go all the way around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly. That was a thing.
They could go over.
That was a thing. Going all the way around. I remember.
Yep.
So I mean,
that scared me too much.
I remember at our elementary school, we had this giant slide where like 6 kids could like fit on the slide. So it was a super wide slide, but like there was no rails to it. So like, and it was a high slide, so kids would fall off the side of that thing. One of my buddies busted his arm falling off that thing, and like we would go up there, you throw dirt on like the sand because the sand would make it even faster, kind of sliding. And we would play all kinds of weird King of the Mountain type things.
Yeah.
Kids were always getting busted up.
Nice. Hey, welcome, Edwin. Thanks for coming, man. Good to see you.
Hell.
Hey.
So Brian says, my mom has a fear of all insects. I have an aversion to them, but I'm still an arachnophobe.
I think everyone hates spiders. They're so creepy.
Not everybody. I mean, I know people who don't hate them, but I do. Spiders is a big adult one. Well, I've had that since I was a kid, I guess. When I think about that, spiders were always a problem for me. So do not like them. Don't like snakes either. Mice don't give me any problems, though.
Yeah, you know what? I do not like rodents.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of rodents, man. No.
Kind of interesting because, it's like certain things will really bug you and gross you out and other things they just don't. But I don't know what the rhyme and reason is to that.
So I'll tell you. So, there was at the Columbus Zoo, there's a part where you can walk with kangaroos. And so this is about 5 years ago, but I was scared shitless.
Walk with kangaroos.
Yeah, you could. You could walk, and there's like it's a whole kangaroo thing. They're just out. You're just out with them.
Okay.
Won't kangaroos bust you up?
Oh, here's the thing. So a baby kangaroo comes in front of me and then lays down. The mom kangaroo is looking at me, comes over and just stands there like, don't move. There's a worker there, and I go, what am I supposed to do? And he goes, I don't know. And I'm like, holy fuck, this kangaroo's gonna kill me.
That's awesome. They should have left your ass there, man. That would have been great.
Dude, it did. I just like half an inch kept backing up,
I
not
love it.
breathing, just being like, dude, I have nothing to do with your baby. I'm leaving him alone.
So
I
I actually got in a cage with a tiger and a
Oh, you
lion.
gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, I've done it.
What the hell?
I have pet a tiger and a lion, and
I've pet a rhino. That's it. That's the most extreme anything I've ever pet.
Yeah,
A rhino feels like a wall.
You know, we live in Ohio, so we have all these backyard rednecks that like to get these exotic animals, right? And then they try to have zoos and hey, come see the tiger, and then they have you come to their house, and then years later you see where all the animals are getting shot because the guy, went nuts.
Yeah, they got out.
Yeah.
And they got out. Yes. So we've had that several times, but we went to one of those places where they had people come and they told us to wear like no leather. You couldn't wear leather at all. They said, no leather shoes because they'll smell the leather and it could be something they would want to attack and kind of, even if they want to play with it. So they made us wear canvas shoes. And then we went in there and we sat beside it and it was laying down, and dude, it was like, oh my gosh, it was so big. It was such a big thing. Tigers, it's funny that they say lions are the king of the jungle because tigers are so big.
Tigers are so much bigger.
Yes, it's crazy. And
but there are different regions. Lions and tigers. When I was in middle school, I did tigers have always been my favorite animal. Yeah. And I did this like big report on one, and we went to this reserve, and got to learn a lot about tigers, got to hang around them, but like I didn't mess with the tiger, man. I didn't, because to me that's like why would I pet a tiger? That's like a hamburger trying to pet me. I mean, it's like you look like a hot dog. You're gonna come over and pet me? You look like a hot dog? No, you're food.
Yeah. So I mean, Dojo even says lions don't live in the jungle; they live in is that the veldt? Is that what you meant to say? Did you get that right? Delta? Is that what you meant to say? Delta? I think that's what you. I think he probably meant Delta, but no. It's true. Lions. It's funny because they're not really in the jungle, but I guess they call the wild jungle.
Crazy. What fear have I listed that's irrational? Well, I guess the toe into the sink.
That's kind of those fears are irrational, though, right?
Claustrophobia.
Some people have claustrophobia, but I border on claustrophilia.
I don't know what claustrophilia
not a kink.
is.
It's just a It's a comfort. It's just a comfort.
Maybe people touching you. Multiple people touching you, maybe.
He did mean the veldt. It's the plains area. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll have to look it up. Yeah, that's interesting. I want to know more about this claustrophilia.
If that's what it is, I understand. Like being at concerts and stuff, I don't like a bunch of people around me. It kind of, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't like feeling crowded.
It's enclosed spaces.
No enclosed spaces. Okay.
So I feel that way too. And it's weird because under my house, I do not have a basement. I have a crawl space.
Yeah.
But then that's claustrophobia though. So what's the other thing you said?
That's what I thought it was too. Crawling under there is one of the worst things that I can do. But I have to get under there to work on my plumbing or anything like that. It's terrible. I hate it.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Okay, so we're starting to move into some other things. What about adulthood? What are some of the fears you have now that you've carried over or that you have maybe they're new fears? You know what I mean?
I would definitely say any of my animals dying because my cat died last March. My parents dying, I think, is gonna be it. You know what I mean? Like, how do you deal with that? So I'm afraid of that. My parents are healthy, but I'm like, they'll be.
That's a blessing right there.
Yeah.
Right. It's kind of weird because my mom already passed away, so I know how that feels.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But once my dad passes, that's going to be a weird feeling.
Well, I don't know who posted this, but it's a good point. Like, they're the people that have always been in your life.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like from
Mhm.
day one. So yeah.
Well,
like,
it changes everything.
thing.
I mean, both
Yeah.
of my parents have passed, and my
I'm
wife's
sorry.
my wife's mother has also passed. So you realize, it's like for my kids, the only grandparent they have is a granddad.
Oh,
and
yeah.
and you realize, I mean, it's like you're not on deck, you're at bat.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
like, you used to going to, when you're younger, you go to these family reunions and there's generation and generation, you're just,
Yeah.
I go to family reunions now. And it's like me and my cousins, there's maybe a generation of folks that are older than us, but they are older.
Oh,
yeah.
But so we're still the ones that are planning the stuff. You know what I mean? You're just like, man, we are not, I mean, we're up to bat.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
It's on you. I
Yeah.
feel just like you do, man. And so I don't have any grandparents at all left. And that
Yeah,
in
neither
and of
do I.
itself was pretty interesting. But
Yeah.
my dad, it's just going to feel weird, I think, because not having any parent at all,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, now it is me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's a weird thought. I'm not scared of it. I'm just, it's just one of those things. Nobody likes it. Nobody's going to want
No, just enjoy them. That's all I can say. Just enjoy them. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Dreed Dojo's response: fear of the crawl space would be claustrophobia. Liking enclosed spaces is claustrophilia.
Oh,
Like
Who
small
likes that? What's wrong with that person?
Well, I don't know. Did you ever see Temple? Was it Temple Grandin? Is that her name? There's a movie where this girl, she liked to be in a thing that hugged her body.
Oh, like how cows are. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
that.
it gave them a sense of security, and
Yeah.
so if they could
Because
do
she
that,
had a disability, though. It was like a
that's
mental.
not just
disability.
from a disability. I mean, I think people have some sensory things like that. It's not just disabilities. It's
my oldest son, like he always, like of my 3 kids, he was the one that, I mean, you swaddle him, and he was happy as a clam. I mean, he swallowed that kid. He's sitting there. He's just looking like one of those little, wrapped up wieners. Just swallow up. He was happy, and even now that he's 16, he is just a super tactile dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My middle son was the opposite. He was like Houdini. If you tried to swallow him, he's like, no, I'm out. No,
That's awesome.
He wanted that freedom.
He's like, I don't want
Was
any.
he one of the kids that would
Yeah.
run around the house naked? Like you couldn't
Absolutely.
get clothes on him?
Absolutely.
That was both my boys, man. Crazy.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's awesome. That's the way to be, man. So I have Asperger's syndrome, so it could be a function of that. I really like very small rooms and tiny homes, for example. Now, see, my wife wants a tiny home. I don't think I can do it.
See, I'm the opposite. I feel like I can't breathe. Give me space.
I don't want it. I can't do it.
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting
So-
small. I've had a couple MRIs, and there was a time I almost had a panic attack in it because
wow.
you can't move, you can't see anything. But you get that thought of like, oh, trapped, and I had to get myself out of that thought, being like, no, everything's fine. I can leave this. I could, you know what I mean. But I had a second of that, I'm trapped, and
Oh wow.
yeah.
It's interesting.
My mom's afraid of elevators. My mom won't go up elevators. She will if she could see through it. If it's an elevator that's like glass that you could see, but she can't go if she can't see where she's going.
The funny thing is, that's the elevators I don't like. I don't want to see, especially the elevators that go really high. I don't want to see. I'd rather just. It's kind of nutty. I mean, it's like I know you're in a box.
Yeah.
My day job, I work on the 16th floor, which isn't high, but it's like, I don't want to see myself going up.
Yeah.
I think that's high. You jump out the window, you're gonna have problems.
Oh man! So true story. When I was my first job out of college. I mean, that's not my first job. My first job, I worked like a vet, and I worked as a veterinary tech while I was in school, which is basically cleaning doo-doo at a vet. It's called a veterinary tech, but you just clean doo-doo. And I worked at Kenny's Shoes, so I was Al Bundy. My friends were calling me Al Bundy. But
Awesome.
but my first job out of school, I worked on, I want to say, the 40th something floor of a building in downtown LA.
Damn.
One day, like around 4 o'clock, I'd always go into my boss's office. We'd look outside, see how the traffic is. And I was in his office and we were looking out, and this is no lie. We saw something kind of falling down from one of the golly, that's scary. From one of the other high rises in downtown LA. And we tracked it back up, and somebody had broken the glass and a dude jumped out, and we watched this dude plummet.
Oh.
But the thing was, fortunately we didn't see him hit the ground because there were other buildings, stuff in the way, but like watch this dude jump and plummet. And I was just like, this isn't good. I'm going to need therapy.
Yeah, seriously.
And then
Damn.
the next day we walked over to where the dude had landed, and there was about 15 by 15. You could see not the impact of his body, but like the tiles were destroyed.
Oh wow!
On the ground. From where the dude hit.
That's crazy.
Clearly, Dean doesn't have enough fear. We're homosexuals. Dean's gonna have a problem real quick.
Yeah,
real
yeah.
quick.
Well, he's clear across like the whole ocean, so he doesn't have to be scared of you very much, Murph.
Well, like it's a half truth, which bothers me.
Half truth? You mean my half? Yeah, that's not true. But with you, yes, it's very true.
You're the one that has the whole thing with those two, Bill and Fred.
What?
Those gay guys.
I don't know what you're talking
episode.
about. I know nothing of what you're talking about.
I can't think of what the show's called now. The video game.
Good. You don't need to remember. So let's keep rolling.
The Last of Us. Yeah, you like Last of Us, that episode of the two gay guys. You said it should have got all these awards and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Frank and Bill.
Here we go.
Frank and Bill.
Now you're telling lies. Okay, well, let me tell you one of my big fears.
No, Dean, you don't have to guess. We know which one.
Is it this guy with just like the eyes and the teeth?
Oh, look at that. That dude, that is.
You have to guess which one. That is awesome.
No, we know.
Okay, that's hilarious.
It's always been there.
Okay, so my probably my biggest fear right now that I deal with all the time, I wake up in a cold sweat out of this in the middle of the night, is hitting a semi head on, a head-on collision. And my dreams are so vivid that I can see the semi coming up to my face right before impact, and that's when I wake up. And that's why the cold sweat, because I'm just like, you know what I mean? It's one of those ones where you're shaking and you kind of, just raise up super fast, and it's the scariest thing in the world.
You know how you beat that fear, though, right?
What, hit one? Go head on.
Yep.
Immersion therapy?
Yep. That's the thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's
John knows
funny.
now.
No, but just a story with that.
I know it.
I think I've told this story before, but there was a bad accident just down the road from my house, and the night that it happened, I woke up and it was about the time of the accident. So I dreamt of the semi thing, woke up in a cold sweat. I was off that day from work, so I was home and I was drawing. I remember coming back to my art desk and drawing that day, and I got hungry, so I went up to the store, which is just like a block down the street from me. We have a little country store here, and I was asking everybody. I said, "Hey, they have the road coned off. What's going on?" And they were like, "Well, you didn't hear?" And I was like, "No, I don't know what's happening. And they said, well, it was a terrible accident. Somebody hit a semi head on. And it just freaked me out. Come to find out, it was one of our friend's neighbors who died. Snap. And when I saw the picture of the semi in the newspaper, it's what I dreamt.
Okay, so now you're saying that whenever you dream that somebody was actually hitting a semi.
It was that night. I don't know any other night, but that night was freaking
golly. He's killing people left and right then.
Golly.
Yeah, my
so how many yes, that's now you're on a whole nother level, man.
How many people have you murdered, Derek? How many?
I can't tell you that. John's only half laughing.
Oh man. I'm like, this is bad. No, I'm gonna have nightmares.
No, it is a real fear for me, and it is a real thing. I do wake up sometimes. My wife gets woken up at night because I freak out so bad in bed. And it's one of those things where I don't know what the basis of it is. I don't know what the start of it is. I don't know why I'm so scared of it. I've had different anxieties.
Can I give you a theory? Did you ever watch Knight Rider?
Hell yeah.
Oh.
Remember when Knight Rider, when Kit had to go against Goliath?
Oh.
No.
I bet I did, and I don't remember that.
I don't remember any of it.
Because I watched it all.
You don't remember that?
So I know I probably saw it. Help me remember, and I might know.
Yeah, so I mean, Goliath was basically the semi version of Kit. That was driven. That was I don't think that was the evil Michael Knight character, but like basically.
Oh, he did have an evil character that looked just like him, didn't he?
Remember?
Oh,
that's
awesome.
So there was Goliath.
He had a beard.
Yes, he had like the goatee or something like that.
Oh man,
that is awesome.
So basically, they had like basically the truck was Goliath, and like it felt like the movie The Duel a little bit, but then Kit ended up having to go head to head with Goliath.
Oh man!
And then like afterwards, like Kit wasn't talking at first, so he's like, "Is Kit irreparably damaged?" But why are we seeing these? That's terrifying.
We gotta show this. I mean, these are important.
That's terrible. Now I'm gonna for sure have nightmares.
He's just having a good time. Look at that. Happy birthday!
He looks so evil. He looks so evil.
Oh, I love it. It's so
he just
fun.
looks like he's having a good time.
But
killing
you guys
somebody.
have so. And just to talk through some of these anxieties, these fears, back in, like right around the time my mother she had cancer. And right around that time, it was like 96, 95, 96, this was going on. Mm-hmm. I had the worst fear that we were going to have like a nuclear war. And I thought we were going to get bombed any second. Like, just irrational fears. And I think a lot of that came from like Kansas City, the Kansas City bombing. And, you know what I mean? Like after that started happening, it was like, oh my God,
I remember the Oklahoma City bombing, but what's the
that's what I meant.
That's what it was.
Oh. I said it wrong. And I hate
Kansas City.
What's wrong with you, Dean? What's going on, man?
Dean.
What do you hate?
Maybe
he hates my faces. Does he hate the
faces?
He hates these creepy faces, these creepy nightmare-inducing faces.
Go to the next face.
How can you not like it though? It's so fun to do.
Because it's evil and it's all bad.
Okay. All right. Well, let's try.
What's the next one?
Let's try this one.
Is it Large Marge?
Nope.
I was afraid of.
How about that?
Good Lord.
Were there characters that you like? Large Marge wasn't the only thing I was afraid of as a kid.
Clowns are terrifying.
So,
oh my God. So I had this friend I worked with like 10 years ago. Her fear was kittens. If you showed a picture of a kitten, she'd freak out.
Oh wow, that's
okay. She needed therapy.
She needed therapy.
Clowns, that's real. Clowns, that's scary.
I've had female friends that are afraid of clowns. I've never had a male friend be afraid of clowns. But yeah, that
I remember
a little freaky.
I remember going to McDonald's back in the day with my cousins, and we actually had a birthday. My cousin actually had a birthday at McDonald's, and so like Grimace came out and all this kind of. Ronald came out, and a couple of kids started crying.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
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 Ronald was looking a little bit evil. He wasn't having a good day.
Weird.
Yeah,
I've never been afraid of clowns. I don't know. I just think it's weird. People have this weird fear of clowns.
I can't. Yeah, I don't do clowns. I don't like.
It's interesting.
No.
So this is a scene from The Exorcist. You guys remember this?
I was wondering. I was like, what is this from?
Yeah, this is
very eerie.
So I'm going to tell you, man, that was one movie that got to me when my parents played. They watched a lot of horror movies with me, man, in the living room.
I thought Poltergeist was scary.
Absolutely.
They never sent me out of the room when I was little. It's so weird.
They'd leave you at parks, but not at the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I remember crawling under, like behind the couch, in the gap between the couch, and hiding when these things came on TV because they freaked me out.
And that's the crazy thing. Like back in the day, so it's like Exorcist came on TV. Christine came on TV. I mean, no, it wasn't Christine. It was
Carrie.
The one with Carrie. Carrie came on TV.
Carrie's scary.
Oh, Carrie is scary, man.
Yeah, it is.
And this would be like in the afternoon, like the late afternoon on a weekend.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, on a Saturday night or a Friday night, we were watching Friday the 13th. We would watch Halloween or, and these are the.
I always thought Michael
classics.
Myers was the scariest of those.
Yeah, but I don't know. The original Friday the 13th is actually, at the time that it came out, it was pretty creepy, dude. And then, but I remember Amityville Horror. You talk about a scary ass movie.
Yeah.
I still think Amityville Horror might be one of the scariest movies for me growing up.
Yeah.
Blair Witch scared me.
I couldn't finish Amityville Horror. I never finished it because like when it came out as a kid, I couldn't watch it.
Yeah.
I had a buddy of mine, and we would go to movies and sneak into other ones. So we snuck into Alien.
Oh wow,
that scared the living crap out of me.
Yeah,
oh yeah, man.
Scary movie.
Yeah, I was not ready. I wasn't ready for Alien. Yeah, the Omen used to come on TV.
Yeah, I remember when it came on TV.
Damien. Oh my goodness.
Whatchamacallit? What's the hotel? Here's Johnny. Those twin girls are freaky as heck.
Oh yeah.
The Shining.
The Shining used to come on TV.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So Damien, let's get a picture of Damien up. Let's see if it'll open.
Damien's scary.
Yep, there it is. This kid, man, played the part. I will tell you.
You know what? Doing stuff like that has got to affect you.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
It's like
how serious
what happened to the kid that played Damien? You know what I mean? It's like some roles just can't be worth it.
Seriously.
Yeah. It's crazy. I mean, some of these fears, man, are just so creepy. I mean, the movies gave me a lot of fears. I think a lot of things that I grew up with were due to.
I was afraid of Large Marge. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
It scared the crap out of me.
Hey, Poltergeist had me afraid of the TV for a minute.
Yeah. No, Poltergeist is scary.
So Poltergeist never scared me like some of the other movies did. It was more entertaining to me than some of the other movies.
Oh, it scared me, brother.
Because they wouldn't leave the child. They just sat with the child.
Yeah, that's right. No, but like, so Phantasm, do you remember the Phantasm?
Yep.
No.
That was a creepy movie, man.
That was creepy.
It was weird. That's why. It's because it was weird. The
Hellraiser was scary.
Brian put one in there that Rosemary's Baby used to show on TV.
Oh yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So this is, let me get
Trilogy of Terror. I don't know what that is.
Here it is.
Yeah, I don't know that either.
Tiki Doll was evil.
I don't know that one.
Oh shit. I'm trying to give you guys.
The Crypt Keeper scared me.
Yeah, the Crypt Keeper scared
Tales
me
from
too.
the Crypt. Yeah.
Yep.
He was
The Crypt
scary
Keeper
looking.
scared me too.
Dang it. Okay, there we go. Now I'm getting a good picture. I
What do you
was
got?
trying to show you guys Phantasm because Murph don't really know much about it.
Mhm.
No, what is that?
So it's Phantasm. It's this guy was like he was a morgue, like a mortician, right? Like he was a
Mhm.
wasn't he? And he was just super creepy, dude. Not much personality, and he just stared at people like this all the damn time.
Wait,
And then
was it a movie or a TV
Yeah.
show or what was it?
Yes. And he would send that ball after people, and it had like weapons in it. Like, see the blades coming out of it?
What?
It was freaking scary as hell, man.
So he's a serial killer with magic powers?
It was almost like he was a dimensional type of thing. It was more than just a serial killer. So, I mean, there's just weird movies, and I think this is one of those movies that is just absolutely.
So what's
weird.
the tiki doll?
I don't know. Pull up the Tiki doll. They will remember. So it's Trilogy of Terror. Let me go look for it.
Chucky was a little scary because you didn't know where he was coming from.
I didn't think Chucky was
Just him.
scary at all.
Chucky did scare me, but I was like, there's no way I'm getting killed by Chucky.
Yeah.
What's it called again?
This
What
is
of
not
Terror?
happening. Trilogy of Terror.
Trilogy.
Yeah.
Now, Michael Myers, that was scary.
Yeah, I
think
thought
so
he was
too.
always the scariest of those.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was
Trilogy.
Freddy. I was never really scared of.
Oh, okay. It must be this dude. The Tiki doll. I see it now.
Let's see.
So
Jaws was scary.
Jaws was scary.
Yeah, that caught on to other fears though. That was like an anxiety over deep water. You know what I mean? Like just
Mhm.
having
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
fear of. That's kind of fear of the unknown for sure.
Mhm. What the heck is that?
That is weird as hell.
I don't remember this at all, so I never saw whatever.
I
that
didn't see
looked
this
like.
one. I didn't see this one.
I don't remember
No.
this either, man. I didn't watch it.
But
So,
kill
and
that
I've seen
doll.
a lot of movies,
Oh.
man.
That doll
I
is
have-
freaky.
Yeah,
I have
it is.
truly seen a lot, and I haven't seen this. That's so strange. But you know what? I think some of the movies, like to be scary, Hellraiser was a little bit scary.
Yeah,
like
I thought
the number
Hellraiser
one.
was scary.
But as it went, it got less scary, and it was weird.
Mhm.
And
I was afraid of Jurassic Park. I was like 10 when that came out, and that was
See-
scary. There's some scenes that were very,
they're
especially
intense,
the
yeah.
raptors.
But I
Yeah.
think a lot of movies just, most of the horror movies are just trying to be scary because they're like, oh, gore and all this stuff. And I'm like, that's not what makes it.
That's
a movie
not what makes
gore
it
isn't
scary.
scary. No,
I mean-
yeah, gore isn't scary.
Yeah, like The Thing. That's
Ah,
there's
Yeah.
Mr.
know,
Von Stubel.
Yeah, Pumpkinhead scared me too. Yeah.
Pumpkinhead was it was a creepy movie though,
Mhm.
but it's because of the way they set up the atmosphere of the movie.
Yeah.
I think that got you,
Mhm.
you know.
Candyman.
Yeah, when the necklace falls off the doll, it comes to life and she tries a dozen different ways to kill it. None worked.
Oh,
Ugh.
damn.
Speaking of dolls, you know those Charlie McCarthy dolls, right?
Uh-uh.
Always thought those things were friggin' scary.
What
as
are
hell.
those?
No,
It's
no.
the ones that like classic ventriloquist dolls. Like the
Oh,
old-
okay. Yeah.
scary. I hated movies that had those where the necks would turn around and they would look at you
Huh.
and shit. No.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
my mom had the porcelain dolls.
Oh yeah.
You know what that is? So like
Yeah.
when my
Hated
mom passed away, I let my aunt have them because those dolls scared me.
I get it. I get that.
I don't blame you. I don't like those old dolls, man.
Yeah.
It almost feels like there's spirits living inside of them.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's true, but I'm not going to, put that evil on anybody. But, yeah, the feeling is there. So, we want to give you some time to talk to your book or talk about.
Yeah, we're
your
over
book.
an hour already. Yeah,
We've hit that hour. I told you it'd go fast, man, but it was fun. That was a lot of fun talking about that. Scariest movies are the ones that can really happen, like the ones where the neighbor is a killer, like Suburbia.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
Suburbia. That was kind of a
Oh.
fun movie for me. Annabelle's one of those dolls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
No
Doll movies,
likey.
I'm not a fan.
No likey.
Yeah. So bring up his let's bring up his book. How many days you got left for your
Okay, let's
campaign?
do that.
I have under 2 weeks left on the campaign.
Okay.
Here,
Okay.
got just a minute. Hold on. I do have it called up. So
Is there a video you want shown?
Yeah, go ahead and show the video. That'd be cool.
video. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's
Welcome, Beyond Time Travelers. We're excited to bring you the final 88-page chapter in the Black Tiger Hidden Dragon story arc, where the rubber meets the road as Assistant Defense Attorney Jen Fong must balance her career and personal life with her blossoming power and responsibilities as Black Tiger. Jen must survive an insidious game of death and a lethal encounter with the Metahuman Activities Division of the Los Santos Police Department as the city streets run ablaze with criminal activity. Along with pulse-pounding action, this graphic novel reveals inconceivable truths about the Black Tiger power, ranging from ancient Mayan civilization to feudal Japan. Picking up where Volume 1 left off, Jen must go farther, dig deeper, and bring it with more bone-crushing kung fu than ever before in order to save the city of Los Santos and restore the disgraced names of both the Fong family and the Black Tiger. For those of you who are new to Black Tiger, this campaign is a great jumping on point, as it contains nearly 350 pages of comic book awesomeness with 2 complete 6-issue Black Tiger story arcs, Legacy of Fury and Hidden Dragon. Start at the beginning with the 172-page epic Black Tiger Legacy of Fury, in which Pak Fong, the prior Black Tiger, has a strained relationship with his children. His daughter Jen is as straight as an arrow assistant DA, whom Pak has inadvertently lost in the shuffle as he focuses his attention on his prodigal son Eric. Unbeknownst to Jen, Eric is the heir to the Black Tiger power and an enforcer in the Red Dragon Triad, the most brutal gang in Chinatown. When an assassin's bullet ends Pak's life and grants the power to Eric, the family is shattered. Pak's web of secrets drives brother and sister onto separate journeys that collide as the fate of the city and the mantle of the Black Tiger hangs in the balance. All production is 100% complete as we continue our mission to bring you the very best in comic book entertainment. Join us for boundless imagination.
nice.
Yuppers, that's it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, let me
That's
get
a
in
lot
there.
of pages.
It is.
Yeah. Collectively, Rod and I have over 350 pages of Black Tiger goodness. So if you're new to Black Tiger, hey, get them all. Get all 3. Get Legacy of Fury, which is 172 pages, and get volumes 1 and 2 of Hidden Dragon, and you will have a smorgasbord of Black Tiger.
It's a lot of reading. That is.
Yeah.
It's good. I mean, it's really a lot of bang for your buck, isn't it?
Absolutely.
When you think
Absolutely.
Because you have so much, did you ever think of doing a hardcover with all of it?
You know what's funny is I was just on RJ's show on Critical Blast, and I had done a hardcover originally for Legacy of Fury, but the economics did not work. I mean, kind of, but RJ has a good solution for that. So I'm really considering it now, collecting these different story arcs, because the 172 page book, that's one story arc. This second one will also be about comparable in length. So you'd have 2 Black Tiger story arcs. So I may start collecting them in hardbacks. And I have some other stories as well that, that are not Black Tiger that I could also collect. So I'm thinking about doing that now.
Yeah.
Well, with both books, could you collect them both into a hardback, though? I mean,
I was thinking about collecting them into more of like a compendium type thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it will be hardback. Just, I guess it depends. I'd have to see if that's a viable. It just comes down to the economics of it. Honestly, it's like these are very small runs, so you got to make sure, an omnibus or a compendium. Just trying to give people the
I love
opportunity.
hardcover oversized art.
Yeah.
I think it's a big market for sure that a lot of people haven't tapped into, but most people don't have the volume, and you already have quite a volume.
Yeah, and that's true. I do love the oversized art books myself too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love them.
I don't have any, but that's because I'm a poor boy. They're expensive.
They're expensive, but I feel they're worth it for what you get.
I do. I love them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool idea.
they're treats.
Mhm.
Very nice. I like this
Yeah.
art. This is Rini, right?
Yeah, so this is the Rini cover. There's 3 options for covers for volume 2, and just kind of like a little bit of the secret sauce. The reason why there's 3 covers is fundamentally this graphic novel is 3 25+ page issues. So there's really a cover for each issue. And the thought process is maybe some point in the future, you know, if I'm able to do something with floppies, I have all of the material. You know, so like for all 12 issues that have been created, for there is a cover already for each of the 12 issues.
Yep.
Very cool.
That's pretty cool.
But when you get the graphic novel, you get to choose which cover you want on the outside, but there's a cover gallery inside, so you'll get everything.
Yeah.
Nice.
You'll get all the
Really
images.
cool. Yeah, we're thinking about doing that for our books as well. Is, you know, you'll have those different covers, but then when we do a story arc, we're going to bring them together.
Yeah.
And, I just think it gives more people content. You know, I mean, it's more covers, and a lot of people love those special covers, man. So that really
Absolutely.
does. It's really cool.
Absolutely.
All right.
So I mean,
go ahead.
No, you were going to say?
I was just saying, you have Rod Looper drawing this, right?
That's my guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. Like his
Rod
art.
and I, we've been working together for a couple decades now.
Cool.
So I mean, I think part of the fun is if you get all the Black Tiger books, you see kind of the evolution of our working relationship as well. And the stories are fun, and I think they just get better and better with time. You know, because we did those 12 issues. We've done those 12 issues over a couple of decades. You know.
I was just going to ask you, how long did it take?
Yeah, because it's not just a continual workflow. It's kind of off again, on again, working on other projects, doing other things, and it keeps it fresh.
Right.
You know, it keeps it fun. It keeps it fresh.
I think that's smart because, if you're keeping it fresh, it's always going to be exciting. You know, it's going to have a feel to it. And that's the hard thing, is building so much story. But man, you guys have so much to offer people. It's awesome.
Yeah.
No, appreciate that. I mean, we're having a good time, having a lot of fun telling these stories, and being able to deliver full arcs. That was one of my big things, and that's the reason why when we did Legacy of Fury the way we did, we did that graphic novel came out 172 pages. So I wanted folks to know that, like, I can tell you a complete story, you know, a story that has a beginning, middle, and ending, and hopefully build some confidence in folks. Yeah.
It's really nice. I mean, a lot of dynamite action going on.
Got to, at the end of the day, I mean, I think about all the things that I've always loved about comics, know, and I know I say it often, but it's just like, what are your constraints? It's your page rates and your imagination. So why would anyone ever make a comic book like you're making a movie or a TV show? Mm-hmm. Movies and TV shows, they have budgetary issues. Oh, I can't have too many people. Can't have too much action. No, comics don't have any of that.
Yeah.
Like, let's have a blast.
The crack pack. The crack pack's listed right here. I see that. No,
gotta have it. See, you get to destroy a helicopter in this scene, and you know,
right? Martial arts goodness.
Amen to that, brother.
That's awesome.
And I'm a big fan of martial arts. So you get a whole bunch of martial arts, different fighting styles. Just all the things that I love to see in books. So I'm like, of course, that's what I'm going to deliver, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I like that a lot too. I mean, some of those old school, like the old Bruce Lee movies, the Kung Fu theaters.
Oh yeah,
so good.
I'm a big Hong Kong movie fan.
Yeah,
grew up watching. If it wasn't Rosemary's Baby on, then they'd have Kung Fu Theater on. So they'd be showing old Hong Kong movies.
Heck yeah. We watched it.
What do you think about the John Wick movies?
I enjoyed them.
I love
enjoyed
them too. Derek doesn't
mean,
like them.
I enjoyed it because it's just pure unadulterated entertainment. You know what I mean? It's just like old school. This is just, you know, this is the kind of stuff that you got in the 80s.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm just like,
I think the fourth one though just didn't live up to the rest of them. There was this hype building up, and it just felt like there was going to be a bigger climax, and it didn't feel that.
Such
big.
a hater. Such a hater.
I think it's
you
real.
and your haterade.
You just got to get with the real deal here.
I enjoyed them. You
They're
know,
still
I mean,
fun to watch. I still think
yeah.
it's a lot of fun. So, you know, you can't tell Murph that, you know, it's not your favorite, because if you say not your favorite, that means you hate it.
No, I just
what
know
that
how
means.
Dirk is. I know what
No, you
Dirk
don't.
really means when he says stuff. So.
Okay.
Derek's all or nothing. So it means.
Oh, man. Here we go. Yeah, this is cool, man. I'm loving this.
Yeah. And you get to see
Very
kind of the
cool.
different contingents that are in the city. I mean, this is the Metahuman Activity Division, and they're
There's so many
privately
pages.
funded. What, huh? What's
There's
up?
so many pages to look at. It takes a long time to get through. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go through all of it because I don't think we have time.
No, exactly. But if folks want to visit the page, along with getting comics, there is original art. So there are pencil pages by Rod, and there are inked pages by Rod.
Nice.
And that stuff is money.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice page right there.
Yes, sir.
Gorgeous.
Yes, sir. You know, get a little Mayan ziggurat action there.
Yeah.
As we start to reveal more of the origins of the power.
I like it.
Cool.
Yes, sir. You know, just having a good time. Want to tell fun stories. Want to have wild adventures, and just have people guessing. You know, along the way. It's like, oh, I didn't see that coming. You know, have fun with it.
So tell us about some of the options that we have here to the right. So the tiers that you can buy.
So there are 3 cover options for Volume 2 if you want to get a physical book. And those are, the Volume 2 is 88 pages, and Volume 1 of Hidden Dragon, they're both 88 pages apiece. There are digital options. So with the digital options, if you go to the Beyond Time Comics website, there's a reader there. So what that does is it's not a PDF. It grants you access to the reader to read content there. And on the reader, it's broken into issues. So there are 12 issues of Black Tiger.
Wow.
And like the first graphic novel comprises the 6 issues. So you would get, if you were to back that tier, you would basically get access to the first 6 issues of Black Tiger and so on.
Really cool.
Is there a reason that you didn't do a PDF?
You know, just because I had the reader, you know, we already designed the reader. So I was like, well, doggone it. We've designed the reader. So if people want to read it electronically, use the reader. And I know some people are like,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're good.
I was going to say, how difficult was it to make the reader?
More difficult than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
It seems like it, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome,
You know?
that you could do it.
So after it was done, I was like, doggone it, we're going to use this thing.
So
I don't recommend it. If
Yeah.
that's the question. I don't recommend building your own reader.
what about
recommend
doing something like for Amazon where you could get it onto Kindle and have the reader for that? You know?
So, you know, I'm thinking about kind of next steps, branching out. I mean, I was talking with RJ about doing the hardbacks, actually getting ISBNs, you know, and making it available so it could be for purchase, the physical books on Amazon or wherever, but also digitally, you know. So I am thinking about that as well. It's just about, I mean, you guys know, I mean, it's like everything is a job in and unto itself.
Yes,
I mean, production is a job, then promotion is a job, then printing is a job, then fulfillment is a job. So I need to get my head in a good space where I can actually focus on, you know, this other distribution method.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. So we were thinking, you know, we're trying to get ours on Amazon. There's a downside. So when you put the book on Amazon, it's going to have a white inside cover and a white back inside cover, you know? So white on the inside of the front and back, that's the downside. That's not cool, but
Yeah.
Amazon prints on demand. So when somebody orders your book, they print it from there and they ship it to them.
Yeah.
So
That's
it takes
nice.
care. Yeah.
It's
So
very
it's
nice,
like
yeah.
that's a big upside. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you do not want to be stuck with a bunch of inventory.
Yep. And they can just do it. They'll print it right on demand and ship it to them. So it's like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh. And then beyond that, you can get a file ready. And Chris Fisk actually helped us and helped us prepare a file for the Kindle reader so that it would actually fit with Kindle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was pretty cool. I got to tell you, he showed us a demo of what it would look like, and as it was reading panel to panel, and it was so nice.
Really?
I mean, it's not what it's not what I prefer, but it was like,
Right.
if it's out there and it's great for people and some people love it, then why not?
Then why not?
So,
I think as creators, it's important for us to try and for our properties to proliferate. We can get them in as many places as we can.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like if you can do Amazon, do Amazon. You can do Kindle, do Kindle. I mean, these are things that we need to do to try and get more eyeballs.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes, very much so.
When we heard from Chris, that he was doing this, I was like, oh my gosh, that sounds pretty amazing. I don't like that they're doing the inside white, covers. But can we live with it? Probably.
Yeah. So there's no option with that.
No,
Yes,
they won't let you. Nope. And
Yes.
he ran into that too. He was like, "Can we do something?" They were just like, "That's just the way it is." So that kind of stinks. I don't love that.
Yeah.
And a lot of people may not do it just because of that.
That's right.
But I mean, that doesn't mean we'll only do that. We might do that, and then I don't know, for special parts of the campaign, maybe we'll release it elsewhere and then sell it regularly on Amazon. I don't know. Not sure yet. And then the other thing is getting it out there enough so that people know to buy it, because you want that to bring income, passive income. So
absolutely,
that's the hard part.
There's no better income than passive income,
right?
But if it's just sitting there and not bringing you much, you know what I mean? So it really takes a lot of effort to get that marketing. And I don't know if anybody has really stumbled onto the secret sauce of the marketing side of things yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't think so. I feel like, even with this whole renaissance, it's still so small. It's still, as small as people say the comic book industry is, this is still just the tip of the iceberg. There's so many readers that don't know that we all exist.
Yep.
Correct.
And I think there's a lot of people that would be interested, but they don't know.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
So, and then, Murph and I were just talking about this. We're like, where do we go beyond Twitter and Instagram and I don't know, YouTube? You know what I mean? It's a hard thing to get out into different markets. And how do you do it? How do they do it? Some of these people had names, so they're carrying themselves. So when you see the big names, that's a different ball game. But for you and me, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure where to go from there.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And it's like, I feel like in some regard, it's going to take kind of like a new Image type model. And by Image, I mean like kind of what Image did in physical publishing. We're going to have to figure out some way of, there needs to be some place that people can go where it's almost like a portal where people are just like, oh, I'm cool to check out the new stuff here.
Yeah.
But it's I don't know. It's just a challenge.
It is. It's super challenging. And that's what Murph and I are always, racking our brains all the time about this is, where do we go from here? Who do we talk to next?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you need exposure, but how do you get the exposure?
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just, I think it's the hardest game to play in the whole thing.
I agree.
But you got a lot to offer where people are going to see a lot of content.
Yeah.
That's a good way to go.
Yeah, still got to get eyeballs though, my friend.
Yeah, it's
Still
true.
got to get eyeballs.
Yep,
So,
it's true.
I mean, you know, I'm very appreciative of everyone that has backed, that has shared. You know, it's kind of how this ecosystem works.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, and the shows, they're pivotal. You know, just giving people opportunities to find stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I told Murph, you know, I've told other people too that this is how we contribute, is letting people come on, talk about their books. You know, this is what we're doing anyway. We're doing this show so that we can talk about books, not just to be, you know, dummies on the camera, which we are dummies on the camera, but
Don't say
You know.
we.
oh no. Yeah, I know. You. I meant just Murph.
Just
Oh.
thank you. Give me my,
Yeah.
that's my spiel.
And oh man. Ooh, look at that page.
Yeah, the
Girl
girl fight page.
That's pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah.
Nice.
And further down to the left, you can see all of the larger images of all those different pages.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of content on the page. People can hang out there for a while and see a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they need to go and check it out because there's a lot of great art in here to look at. A lot of fun
Yes,
stuff.
there is.
So
Absolutely.
I think this looks like a great campaign, man. I mean, you guys
Thank
look like
you.
you're doing really good.
I'm enjoying it. You know, just
Yeah.
especially the you know, I think more and more just the community. Just enjoying the community. We're all sharing. You know, we're all trying. We're all doing what you guys are doing, which is we're kind of scratching our heads, racking our brains, and figuring out how do we grow this thing? How do we grow this pie?
Yep. I
Yeah.
think that's that's the missing link. And
Yeah.
you know, like it is what Brian's saying here. Bancroft has CG now, but the normies will shy away from the CG part. So there's
That's right.
limitations. So because it says CG, there's a wall it will hit.
That's right.
And,
That's right.
That sucks. You don't want a place that's going to have a wall. You want it to be where, you know, you're not limited. You don't want those limitations.
Exactly.
Almost have the same thing, but have it like independent comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I know why they did this. I mean, the CG now, it's because, you know, we're all in the same boat and we're trying to push through this bullshit that's going on with the industry.
Absolutely.
So it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But it sucks that there will be walls to it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and I think that's the thing is, okay, how do we break out of this? So,
Yeah.
but it's a
To
lot
be
of fun.
continued.
Yeah, man. Well, we've had a load of fun with you on here tonight.
Yes, very good show.
Man, I appreciate you guys. This was fun.
Yeah, it was a good time. Good time.
Yeah, you're welcome back anytime.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
awesome.
Well, you guys got me all freaked out and stuff now, so I can go.
At least I didn't leave you with some scary images, right?
Yeah, please don't.
Just remember, when you take your shower, your toe can fit down in the spigot.
Oh, I love it.
It's gonna be like, what are you doing? I'm staying away from the drain.
Yeah.
Too good. No, if you guys can go check out the campaign on Indiegogo.com and
Yep.
Black Tiger Hidden Dragon. You can't miss it. It's there. It's going to be a lot of pages to look at, and go check it out.
Full story.
yeah.
So, all right. Well, I mean, that's our Halloween special. This is it. As Halloweeny as we get, I guess, right?
That's it. That's it.
Oh,
What was that, Murph?
it was an evil Halloween laugh.
Oh, is that what that was supposed to be? Wow.
Yeah.
See what I have to put up with, man? I mean, this is
Uh-huh.
gosh. Man, I don't understand.
I'm your nightmare.
It's true. It's true. Let's end I don't know, let's end on a good note. Wait, we have another chat here. Well, Dojo says, "Hey, guys." So yeah, let's get out of here. I guess we
Brian.
can call it a night. Guys,
Yes.
we chat, everybody. Thank you so much for coming on and watching us this week. Check us out again next week. We'll be back on Tuesday at our regular time, 8 o'clock, Tuesday night Eastern. And Yes, Murph is everyone's nightmare. I have to put that in. So, good way to roll out of here. Everybody, we will see you later, or we'll see you on another time. Right?
Nobody egged Derek's house. Nobody do it.
All right. We'll see y'all later.
You son of a bitch!
Come on now.